Okay, we've stopped now with a very exciting story to tell you. Over in the distance there, you can see the boat. No, you can't see the boat. Let's try and zoom in. You can't really see. You will do when I put another lens on and take some close-ups. Over there is a castle called Duntrune Castle. Now, it was built in the in the 1300s, I believe. But it was owned by the McDonalds once upon a time. The McDonalds, they went for a walk. Well, not a walk, they went travelling somewhere, and they just left like an handful of people to look after the castle whilst they went away. Whilst they went away, someone came along and thought, oh, I'm having that castle. Do you know who it was? Can you guess who it was? Of course you can, you know exactly who it was. The Campbells. The Campbells came over, took the castle, they killed all the people who were there, all the McDonalds. Killed them all apart from the piper, you know, the Scottish piper with the bagpipes and stuff. They let him live, and they did that for a reason. They were quite clever with the Campbells. They let this guy live, this piper live, because what they thought is when the McDonalds arrived back, they could have the piper standing on top of the castle and pretty much play a tune saying, all is fine and dandy, let's play a song, let's play a tune, and let's all have a dance. And then the McDonalds would think, oh, he's playing a tune for us, let's all come back to his castle. And then they'd go back and everyone would live happily ever after. But the piper was very clever and very, very brave. The piper didn't play a song to invite them back to the castle. He played a song to warn them away from coming back to the castle. There must have been like a song which was warning against invaders, and the piper played that song. The Campbells didn't know that he was playing a song to warn them. They came in, the Campbells, on the ship, and then they turned around as soon as they heard this song because they knew it was a warning. And that's when the Campbells realised that this piper was actually giving a warning to them. So they got hold of this piper, they chopped his hands off. Chopped his hands off so he could never play the pipe again. And he became a slave or something like that. I don't know, not sure. I wasn't alive. I died, but I wasn't even born then. I was born a lot later. Anyway, this is a story and a myth which has gone through many hundreds of years since, but I do like it when I say a but because it always means something important's coming up. But they've actually dug some remains at that castle of a man with no hands. They've been sliced off very neatly by a very sharp sword, and it is a true story. The piper of the McDonalds was killed by the Campbells in that castle for trying to warn the McDonalds away. He saved the life of all them McDonalds who were coming back and sacrificed the men who were there and himself and his hands and his pipes because, well, I don't know what happened to his pipes, but he didn't play them again because he didn't have any hands. Well, I don't know. Some people can play instruments with the feet, can't they?
Oh yeah.
You know, when you lose limbs and stuff, they're very good at learning how to use other parts of the body. Anyway, I'm doubting that happened, but yeah, that's a true story. The McDonalds being picked on by the Campbells. Let's all start a Let's Hate Campbells campaign because honestly, I can't stand them. And there's worse to come. The further up the coast I go, you're going to hear worse things about the Campbells. I do not like Campbell's at all, apart from the tomato condensed soup. So here we are at Achnabreck Rock Art. It's called Achnabreck because they couldn't think of a simpler word, really. They'd run out of ideas. They already had a word for grass and rock and swimming and sea. And they run out of words, so they just called it Achnabreck. And here it is. This is the Achnabreck rock. 4,500 years old. And what you can see here, this is quite amazing. 4,500 years old, full of these like swirly lines and stuff. Now, it's 83 different symbols on this, like, rock, huge rock surface. Usually when we see things, it's one symbol on one stood up stone or something like that, but this is on a laid down stone, a big stone, 83 different symbols, and they're all from different dates, all different eras. No one knows what they're for, no one knows what they mean. When these were first discovered, I think it was in the 1800s, they actually thought these were hoof prints from some kind of cattle. But they're not. These are prehistoric. Well, they probably are hoof prints, but archaeologists wanted us to believe that they're not hoof prints, and they're actually 4,500 years old. But yeah, fascinating. There's more up there. We're going to go have a look up there, but we're tired. It's a very long, steep walk up here. We must have walked 3.5, 4, 5 miles to get to here. What are you laughing at? All right, 6 miles. About 6 miles to get to here. There's more. It says on the sign there, I think it said about 5 miles further on. There's like middle stone, and then there's an upper stone, which is about 15 miles on. But we're going to get them all in just for you, because we love you. So in about 3 miles, we're going to get a 1 metre ring circle, a deep pit or cup mark, which is like the scooped out holes. You know, like when you have a piece of ice cream and you put a scoop in and it leaves that little indentation in the ice cream, that's what these are, but we don't know what they're for. I said in a previous video, I think it's a child's game where they're throwing like a Slazenger tennis ball against the rock for many years and it's made an imprint, but they call it a deep pit or a cup mark. But let's go find it. 4 kilometres, we can do that, that's no problem. Do that in my sleep. Just seen a sign here, and it's asking for me to take the mickey out of the history of this place. Now, I'll have to turn you around, have a look at this, and I'll have to start speaking up so that the volume is louder, because it's loud whilst you're in front of me. As soon as I turn you around, you go quiet, so I have to start shouting, which I will do now. I'm going to start shouting. I don't know if you've noticed the volume difference, but there shouldn't be one, because I've hired my voice. Anyway, is it art? It says there. Research suggests the different things these spirals could mean, okay? Number 1, vessels to channel blood from sacrificial victims. Boards for playing marbles. That's my guess. I'm going with that one. It's a marble game, that's all it is. Star maps. Yeah, I can see where they're coming from. Marks left by prospectors searching for copper ore. I don't believe that for a second. Depictions of sperm entering eggs. Now, come on. This is 4,500 years ago. How many 4,500-year-old Neanderthal-y, weirdy, Stone Age men knew what a sperm going into an egg looked like? Now you know where I'm coming. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. They didn't know what sperm was. Well, they might have done, but they certainly wouldn't have known what the inside of a woman looked like or what sperm looked like. And it's a load of rubbish. Absolute. But now, as main problem is the next part, which is 4 kilometres away. We don't know if it's up that path or up that path. You decide. Come on, Rex, which way are we going? Don't look at Mummy. Which way are we going? That way or that way? Right?
This way.
That way. Let's go. We've now walked 14 kilometres. It said 4 kilometres down there, but it was 14. Never mind. We've come to... We're on like a platform. Modernly made. This isn't prehistoric in any way. It's got like roof... What do you call roof felt on top of it. It's modern, trust me. And it's to stop you walking onto these rocks. That one has got nothing on it. So all this railing here, which the taxpayers have paid for, is a waste of time. They should have just cut it straight across there, let us walk there, and saved on all this iron railing. Could have used that somewhere else. Anyway, just saying, this is where the actual art is. And it's like I've been saying to me, Julie, it is there. I'll zoom in. I don't know if you can see it. It is there, squirrely lines and stuff. Yeah, very nice. But it looks a lot better on the picture. So let's just have a look in there. There, look, on the picture you can see the lines a lot better. We could have saved walking the 48 kilometres we've walked already by just taking a picture, going on the internet and Googling it and getting that picture. Because that looks a lot better than the actual thing. That looks rubbish, doesn't it? Anyway, just saying. And I think these might have been carved by quartz pebbles. It's like prehistoric art. Now, I don't really do art. Even when it's really old like that. In fact, the older it is, the worse it looks. Like, I used to watch a guy on TV who was a fantastic artist called Rolf Harris. Now, he was good. He could create something in like 2 minutes. He's a paedophile now, but that's a different story. I know I've gone into that in the past. But that was proper art. He made it in 2 minutes on TV. This, they probably had months to make this, and it's rubbish. It's absolute. It's rubbish. That isn't art. Even in prehistoric times, I wouldn't class that as art. That's a scribble. So that was prehistoric stuff. And what else did we see? Oh, a well. That's going to be one video. I'm going to leave this video at that. See you in the next one. We've got some massive plans coming up, by the way. We're going camping on the Isle of Skye. Oh yes. Lots of castles and things to see there. It's only like an overnighter, but it's going to be like 2 long days and a camp. Julie's going to get really drunk on vodka, was it? Vodka.
There's also going to be a tent building contest.
A tent building contest.
Put the 1-man tent up quicker than I can put the 3-man tent up.
Can I put a 1-man tent up quicker than you can a 3-man tent up? I could put 20 1-man tents up as quick as you can put up a 3-man tent, because I've already proven it. 20 seconds, 0.17 I think it was, it took me the other day. It's on video, live, fact. Keep the donations coming in, people, please. All the links in the description. I've noticed that the donations have really slowed up in the last 3-4 days. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I don't know if it's because people think I'm getting close to 50,000. They don't need to support me anymore because I'm going to make the target. But I'm a long way from reaching it. I think it means I have to get £80 a day for the rest of the trip, something like that. There's only 12 weeks left. So there's still a lot of work to do. And, so please keep donating, all the links in the description. And, exciting news coming up. I think I've decided what my next adventure is going to be, which may take a year yet again. I can't tell you anymore until I've bought the domain names, in case some idiot goes out and buys the domain name just to be annoying. So I'll buy the domain names when I can, and then I'll reveal what the plans are. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, it just means that is top of my priority list, and then I'm going to let you vote on whether I should do it or not. So for this time, see you later on Digging the Coast
3, 6, 5.